Have you ever dreamed of a city carved into the cliffs of a desert, forgotten by the hands of time? Petra, rising from pink sandstone in Jordan's wild Wadi Musa valleys, lies hidden like a treasure, whispering secrets carried by the wind. This lost city isn't merely a monument, it's a reflection of Nabatean ambition, trade genius, and perhaps a touch of otherworldly magic. Welcome to At Ancient Antics X, where we plunge into history's most captivating mysteries, turning the dusty pages of the past to uncover forgotten tales. Tonight, we'll wander through Petra's narrow canyons, from the shadows of royal tombs to the enigmatic corners of temples, from legends to hidden truths. Find a cozy nook, perhaps with a warm drink, close your eyes, and let this ancient wonder envelop you. Are you ready for a bedtime journey? Don't miss this adventure to unravel Petra's secrets, for this city is not just stone, it's a dream. Imagine a scorching sun rising over Jordan's Wadi Musa Valley, pink and golden sandstone shimmering, dancing with the gentle touch of the breeze. You're walking through the Seek, Petra's narrow gateway, its towering rock walls embracing you, the echo of your footsteps resounding on the stone, as if a melody from the past rises around you. As you weave through the canyon's twists, a cool breeze brushes your face, shadows flicker, as if the whispers of ancient merchants linger in the air. On the walls, small carvings left by the Nabateans catch your eye. Perhaps a deity's figurine, perhaps a trace of a caravan, each a fragment of desert life. Suddenly, the canyon opens, and there stands Al-Khazneh, the treasury, gleaming like a jewel in the sunlight. Its pink stones turn crimson at dawn. Its 40-meter facade, with columns and intricate patterns, captivates you as if you've stepped into a fairy tale. This isn't just a building, it's the soul of the Nabateans, their miracle in the desert. The Nabateans, a nomadic trading people, built their capital here some 2,000 years ago in the 4th century BC, transforming Petra into a jewel at the crossroads of the silk and spice roads. Caravans laden with incense, spices, and silk passed through, making this city not just a settlement, but the heart of trade, a symbol of power. Picture the gentle trickle of water in narrow channels, echoing through stone grooves, pulsing with the life of the desert. The Nabateans crafted an oasis in this arid valley, channeling water through clay pipes to fill fountains and nurture gardens. Standing in the treasury's shadow, you feel the brush of wind-borne sand against your skin, as if Petra's story whispers to you. This city is more than a monument carved in rock. It's a riddle woven with legends, ghosts, and perhaps the touch of gods. What secrets do these stones hold? The sacred waters of Al-Uza, or a lost king's treasure? Petra calls to you, and this journey will unveil its mysteries. Are you ready? Let's dive into this desert dream, for Petra's story is not just history, it's enchantment. Step out of the Seek's narrow canyon into a wide valley where the golden rays of the sun warm pink sandstone, and Petra's true grandeur unfolds before you. The treasury's enchantment lingers, but your eyes now open to a broader spectacle. Massive monuments carved into cliffs, facades sculpted by the wind, as if the desert itself turned artist, etching stories into stone. This isn't just a city, it's a temple where the Nabatean soul, art, and power are carved into rock. In every corner of the valley, the majesty of royal tombs, the curved tiers of the theater, the mysterious presence of small altars beckon you. Petra's architectural wonders are more than stonework. They're a reflection of a civilization's dreams, beliefs, and mastery in the heart of the desert. Are you ready? Let's journey through this valley, listening to the tales each stone tells. The royal tombs, the valley's most striking monuments, rise as colossal structures carved into the cliffs. The urn tomb, Corinthian tomb, silk tomb, palace tomb, each an eternal resting place for a king or noble, yet also a testament to Nabatean artistic genius. In the 1st century BC, the Nabateans crafted these tombs, sculpting the stone with such skill that each facade glows like a painting in the sunlight. Picture the urn tomb, carved high into a rock face, its massive urn sculpture crowning the top as if saluting the sky. Its facade, adorned with Hellenistic columns, carries patterns that echo the desert's winds, a dance of stone and nature. The Corinthian tomb, named for its Greek-style leaf-patterned columns, pulses with Nabatean spirit in every carving, palm motifs, floral reliefs, a blend of desert simplicity and elegance. The silk tomb, named for its stone's silky smoothness, shimmers from pink to crimson at sunset, as if alive. The palace tomb, with its 3-story facade, resembles a royal port, its stones so precise that modern tools would struggle to match their finesse. These tombs were more than burial sites. They were monuments proclaiming the Nabateans' power, wealth, and beliefs to the world. In the 1st century BC, during the Nabatean kingdom's golden age, these structures reflected the riches from trade routes. Incense, spices, and silk caravans made Petra a wealth hub. These tombs were that prosperity etched in stone. Yet they weren't just for show. They held spiritual significance. The Nabateans designed tombs as sacred spaces to honor the dead. On the rock faces, you see small altars and deity figurines, perhaps dedicated to Al-Usa, the goddess of water and fertility, or Dushara, their chief god. Imagine incense smoke rising, prayers mingling with the desert's silence, a faint murmur carried by the wind. At the valley's heart, another marvel emerges, the Petra Theater. Carved into rock, its 7,000-seat stone tiers curve like an embrace from the mountain itself. Built in the 1st century BC, during King Aretas III's reign, it turned Petra into a cultural hub. The theater's stage, hewn from stone, has acoustics so perfect that a whisper reaches the back rows. Picture gladiator battles, music performances, perhaps religious rituals, the crowd's excitement echoing, fading into the valley. Above the theater, small niches and altars are etched into the cliffs, offerings to gods, perhaps stained with blood or sanctified with incense. These niches carried Nabatean prayers to the desert stars. A lesser-known fact, the theater wasn't just for entertainment, it hosted religious ceremonies, perhaps for Al-Usa or Dushara, the stones resonating with sacred words. Petra's architecture dazzles with cultural richness. Hellenistic influence shines in columns and symmetrical patterns, echoing Greek temples, but the Nabatean touch makes every detail unique. Persian-inspired floral motifs, Egyptian-influenced sphinx reliefs create a cultural mosaic in this desert city. In the 2nd century BC, the Nabateans blended these influences into their own style. A lesser-known detail, their stone carving techniques were so advanced they used vibration methods to prevent cracking, a mystery modern archaeologists still can't fully unravel. The stones, smooth as if shaped by magic, weren't just technical feats. The Nabateans believed they infused them with spirit. Each carving tells a story, a king's triumph, a god's blessing, or a trader's caravan journey. Beyond the theater, the valley's slopes reveal smaller structures, homes, temples, shops, all carved into rock. The Nabateans shaped stone not just for tombs and theaters, but for daily life. Imagine a marketplace, stalls brimming with silk fabrics, incense jars, spice sacks. Merchants' voices, camel bells jingle, the rhythm of desert life. These structures reflect Nabatean society. Wealthy nobles rested in high tombs, while common folk lived in modest valley rooms. Yet every home's entrance bears a small carving or altar, a greeting to the gods, perhaps a protective prayer. A lesser-known fact, some homes had carved water channels, bringing water to dwellings, a marvel of engineering that eased desert life. Petra's architecture isn't just a visual feast. It's a civilization's beliefs, power, and dreams reflected in stone. As the sun sets, the royal tomb's pink stones turn crimson, as if the city burns with flame. Sitting on the theater's stone tiers, you hear the wind's faint whisper, as if Nabatean prayers still echo in the valley. These stones aren't just monuments, they're a people's soul, a desert epic. What stories do these structures hold? A king's victory, a god's wrath, or a forgotten love? Petra's architectural marvels draw you into the past, each stone hiding a secret, each carving a tale.
Stand in the scorching heat of the Wadi Musa Valley.
the sun setting pink sandstone ablaze, yet a faint trickle breaks the desert's silence. It's the sound of water, Petra's heartbeat, the Nabateans' miracle in the desert. In a city carved from arid cliffs, water was more than life. It was magic, a gift from the gods. The Nabateans crafted an oasis in this barren valley, engineering a water system so ingenious that modern engineers marvel at its brilliance. Channels, cisterns, dams, all secrets to sustaining life in the desert. But this wasn't just a technical feat. Water was sacred, a blessing from the goddess Alhuza. As you listen to the whisper of water in stone grooves, you're drawn into the Nabatean world, their ingenuity, beliefs, and desert dreams enveloping you. Are you ready? Let's dive into Petra's water miracle, unraveling this desert secret. In the 2nd century BC, the Nabateans revolutionized water engineering, turning Petra into an oasis in the desert. Picture the stone grooves of Wadi Musa, the gentle trickle of water echoing through carved channels, carried by clay pipes to fill fountains and nurture gardens. This system predated Rome's famed aqueducts. The Nabateans were masters of desert water. A lesser-known fact, Petra's water system was so advanced that modern engineers still study it, drawing inspiration for sustainable projects. Cisterns captured rainwater, distributed through stone channels, sustaining life even in drought. You see these cisterns carved into the valley's slopes, some adorned like small temples, their surfaces etched with floral motifs, perhaps symbols of Alhuza. Every drop of water was precious to the Nabateans. In the desert, water was the line between life and death. This engineering marvel wasn't just practical, it carried deep spiritual meaning. The Nabateans worshipped Alhuza, the goddess of water and fertility, believing she guarded the desert's springs. Across Petra, you find small temples carved into rock, filled with Alhuza's statues. Her eyes seem to watch over the water, protecting the valley's soul. Imagine incense smoke rising, prayers mingling with the desert silence, a faint murmur carried by the breeze. A lesser-known detail, some cisterns bear sacred inscriptions or carvings. The Nabateans didn't just use water, they revered it. These temples, glowing in moonlight, feel alive, as if Alhuza still wanders the valley, guarding her gift. Petra's water system wasn't just engineering, it was a civilization's faith etched into stone. The water system operated like a complex network. Rainwater from Wadi Musa's valleys was collected by stone dams. Picture these dams, their stone walls holding back flash floods, channeling water to cisterns. Scattered across the valley, these cisterns could hold hundreds of cubic meters of water. Clay pipes carried this water to the city, to fountains near the treasury, pools by the theater, even humble homes. A lesser-known fact, some pipes were crafted with such skill that modern analyses reveal a special clay blend to prevent leaks. The Nabateans calculated water flow with precision, angling channels to balance speed perfectly. This wasn't just engineering, it was an art that sustained desert life. The system extended beyond the city center. Little Petra, a trader camp, had its own cisterns and channels, supplying caravans. Imagine the jingle of camel bells, the sound of water jars filling, life blooming in this desert outpost. The Nabateans used water not just for drinking, but for gardens, fields, even ritual pools. Picture a pool dedicated to Alhuza, its stone edges carved with patterns, moonlight reflecting on its surface, prayers rising. These pools offered not just refreshment, but sacred serenity. Another mystery lies in the dam's durability. Built in the 2nd century BC, they withstood desert floods. Archaeologists found their stones bound with a lime clay mortar, so strong that some still stand. A lesser-known fact, when one dam was restored in the 1960s, modern engineers marveled at the Nabatean stone placement, which expertly diverted floodwaters. This system didn't just collect water, It protected Petra from disaster, making it a desert fortress. The Nabateans worked in harmony with nature, turning stone and water into a dance. Petra's water system reflected the Nabatean worldview. They saw water as a divine gift, Aluz's blessing, the key to desert survival. This belief is felt in every stone channel, every cistern. Some cisterns bear carvings, snakes, flowers, perhaps Aluz's symbols, not mere decoration, but reminders of water's sanctity. Standing by a cistern at night, stars above, the water's ripple glimmers in moonlight, as if the goddess whispers to you. A lesser-known tale? Some Bedouins still believe these cisterns are sacred, praying by them at night, convinced Aluz's spirit guards the water. Petra's water system inspires the modern world. In the 21st century, sustainability experts study Nabatean techniques, adapting them for desert cities. A lesser-known fact? Some Jordanian water projects draw from Petra cistern designs, using similar rainwater collection methods. The Nabateans knew water's value, and their wisdom lives on. The trickle in Petra's stone channels carries not just a city's life, but a civilization's ingenuity, faith, and will to survive. Listening to this water's whisper, you marvel at their desert miracle, as if the stones keep telling their story. As night falls over the Wadi Musa Valley, stars bathe Petra's pink sandstone in silver light, the treasury's facade glimmering under the moon, as if the stones breathe. In the 6 narrow passages, the wind whispers, carrying the voices of ancient merchants, kings, or perhaps gods. Petra is more than a city. It's a riddle woven with legends, ghosts, and supernatural tales. Local Bedouins say this valley is cursed, speaking of spirits wandering among the rocks. Aluz's sacred waters, the treasury's hidden chambers, the silent vigil of the jinn blocks. Each deepens Petra's mystical aura. These stones don't just hold history, they whisper desert secrets. Are you ready? Let's dive into Petra's legends, swept away by their enchantment. For every shadow, every whisper hides a story. Petra's mystical aura envelops you, especially at night under the stars. Bedouins say that when Rome seized the city in 106 AD, the Nabateans vanished, as if swallowed by the desert. This sudden disappearance sparked legends. Some claim the Nabateans faced divine wrath. Others whisper they fled to a hidden underground city. In the 6 passages, the wind's murmurs sound like ancient traders, princesses, or lost souls. The most famous tale is the curse of the treasury. Al-Khazneh, the treasury, is believed to hide a chamber filled with Pharaoh's gold. Bedouins searched for it over centuries, firing at the rock to break it open, finding only dust. Yet the legend persists. Some say those who seek the chamber are cursed, vanishing into the desert sands. In the 1920s, English archaeologist Gertrude Bell, exploring Petra, noted these tales. Workers claimed to see strange shadows during night digs, hearing whispers among the stones. Were these Nabatean spirits or merely moonlight's play? No one knows, but Petra's nights grow more mysterious with these stories. Another enigma is the jinn blocks, massive square stone structures guarding the valley's entrance like silent sentinels. Built by the Nabateans in the 1st century BC, their purpose remains unclear. Some believe they're protectors of divine spirits, or jinn, spirits trapped in stone. Bedouins warn against wandering near them at night. Some report seeing strange lights or hearing a faint hum from the blocks under starlight. A lesser-known fact, archaeologists suggest these blocks had a religious role,
perhaps altars for Aluza or Dushira, or markers of a sacred zone. But no inscriptions, no clues offer a definitive answer. The Jinn blocks stand at Petra's gateway, guarding secrets in the desert silence, as if watching over the valley's soul. Aluza, the Nabatean goddess of water and fertility, is central to Petra's legends. Her temples, carved into rocks across the valley, are adorned with statues in small niches. Her eyes seem to guard the springs. Bedouins believe Aluza's spirit still roams Petra, especially at night by the cisterns, singing in the water's gentle ripple. A lesser-known tale, in the 19th century, a Bedouin tribe praying near an Aluza temple claimed the water rose on its own, filling a cistern. A miracle or an underground springs trick? Science may explain, but Petra's mystical aura keeps these stories alive. Aluza's temples glow in moonlight as if her presence lingers, prayers echoing in the valley. Petra's legends aren't just Bedouin tales. Archaeologists and explorers fell under their spell. In 1812, Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, rediscovering Petra, wrote of the treasury as a miracle beyond human hands. A lesser-known detail, Burckhardt heard curse stories from local guides, tales of a hidden entrance where no one returned. In the 1920s, Gertrude Bell noted workers refusing night digs, spooked by shadows and whispers among the rocks. Were these Nabatean spirits or merely moonlight's play? No one knows, but Petra's nights grow more mysterious with these stories. Petra's legends extend beyond curses. Some tie the city to the heavens. The treasury and other structures are thought to align with stars. In the 1st century BC, the Nabateans designed temples to catch sunlight at summer solstice. Aluza's shrines glow during these moments, as if the goddess descends. A lesser-known fact, in 2016, satellite imagery revealed a platform outside Petra, perhaps a ceremonial site or a place for stargazing. This suggests the Nabatean celestial fascination. Stars may have guided their trade routes or prayers. Bedouins report strange lights near this platform, as if ancient rituals linger. Petra's legends live on in modern times. Indiana Jones's Last Crusade made the treasury famous, but locals believe these tales aren't mere fiction. A lesser-known story, in the 1980s, an archaeology team searching for a chamber beneath the treasury heard odd noises, perhaps wind, perhaps shifting stones, but stopped work. Bedouins called it Aluza's warning. Petra's stones come alive with these stories. Every shadow, every whisper pulls you into the past. Are these legends mere tales or Petra's spirit? What do these stones whisper to you?
Stand in the silence of the Wadi Musa Valley, pink sandstone glowing faintly in twilight, the wind's soft whisper echoing among the rocks. Petra, once the heart of incense caravans, merchants' bells, and Nabatean king's glory, now stands as a silent monument. How did its golden age fade? How is this lost city forgotten, then rediscovered? Petra's fall is not just a civilization's end, it's a desert dream's vanishing, yet also humanity's curiosity reawakening it. From Roman conquest to earthquakes, shifting trade routes to explorers daring, Petra's story is a saga's close and rebirth. Are you ready? Let's continue this desert journey, listening to Petra's fall and rediscovery. For these stones tell not just of the past, but of humanity's enduring wonder. Petra's golden age peaked in the 1st century BC under King Aretas IV. Incense caravans flowed from Yemen to the Mediterranean, Petra bridging Rome and the Parthian Empire. The treasury's splendor, the theater's echoes, the trickle of water channels, Petra was a hub of wealth and culture. Aratus IV's daughter, Princess Shakilat, built her monument, now called the Sexti's Tombs, etching her legacy in stone. But this glory drew enemies. In 106 AD, Roman Emperor Trajan conquered the Nabatean kingdom, annexing Petra into Rome's Arabia province. Under Rome's shadow, Petra still shone, but as a vassal city. Roman garrisons guarded the Styx entrance, water still flowed in stone channels, but Nabatean independence waned. Merchants' voices quieted, caravan bells rang less often. In 363 AD, a catastrophe struck. A violent earthquake shook the valley, collapsing the theater's curved tiers, cracking temple facades, clogging water channels. This quake wounded not just structures, but Petra's soul. Trade routes shifted, incense trade moved to sea routes, and Petra's economic heart slowed. The Nabateans faded from the valley. Some migrated north, others scattered to desert oases, some vanished into legend. Bedouins whisper that the Nabateans faced divine wrath, swallowed by the desert. A lesser-known fact, in the 4th century AD, Petra briefly became a Christian center. The urn tomb was converted into a church, cross carvings appearing on its stones. But this was a fleeting revival. By the 7th century, with Islam's rise, Petra sank into oblivion, known only to local Bedouins who lived among its stones, guarding its secrets. Petra's rediscovery is a modern epic. In 1812, Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, disguised as an Arab trader, slipped through the Styx passages. Seeing the treasury, he wrote in his journal, "This is a miracle beyond human hands." Burckhardt introduced Petra to the West, but a lesser-known fact, Ottoman travelers knew of Petra before him, calling it Anatolia's lost city. In the 16th century, some Ottoman chroniclers described the valley's stone monuments, but their accounts never reached Europe. Burckhardt's discovery sparked a fire. Archaeologists, artists, and adventurers flocked to Petra. In the 19th century, English painter David Roberts captured its pink stones and dancing shadows in romantic sketches, enchanting the Western imagination. But discovery brought a threat: tourism. By the 20th century, Petra joined UNESCO's World Heritage List, yet thousands of tourists' footsteps eroded its stones, sandstorms wore down its facades. Petra's fall was more than physical collapse. It was a civilization's spirit fading. The 363 AD earthquake broke stones, but shifting trade routes turned Petra into a desert ghost. The Nabateans' vanishing wove legends. Some Bedouins still say they live in underground cities, protected by Aluza. A lesser-known tale, in the 19th century, a Bedouin tribe camping near the treasury claimed to hear whispers from the stones at night, as if the Nabateans still roamed. These stories deepen Petra's mystique. The stones are not just monuments, but echoes of the past. Rediscovery brought Petra back to the world, but also its fragility. Today, archaeologists use laser scans to monitor facades, but tourism's weight threatens this desert dream. Petra's fall and rediscovery tell of humanity's destructiveness and curiosity. Trajan's armies, earthquakes, shifting routes silenced Petra, but Burckhardt's daring and Robert's brush revived it. Walking the six shadows, the wind's whisper carries the Nabateans' final prayers. Do these stones speak of a civilization's end, or humanity's endless quest? Petra is more than a city. It's a dream's echo in the desert.
Stand beneath the starry sky of the Wadi Musa Valley, pink sandstone glowing silver in moonlight, the wind's whisper weaving through the rocks, as if Petra's secrets remain alive, waiting to be told. The Nabateans' lost city lay hidden in the desert silence for centuries, but the modern age has unveiled new stories in these stones. Satellite imagery revealing hidden structures, underground tunnels, star-aligned temples. Petra brims with mysteries of both past and present. Bedouin whispers of Al-Uz's spirit roaming the valley mingle with archaeologists' findings, reviving this desert dream. Petra's modern discoveries illuminate not just stones, but humanity's curiosity. Are you ready? Let's embark on this final journey, unraveling Petra's contemporary secrets, for these stones still whisper. In the late 20th century, archaeologists began rediscovering Petra, digging deeper. In the 1990s, Little Petra emerged, a few kilometers from Wadi Musa, a trader camp carved into rock. Picture its narrow valleys, caves, cisterns, small temples, not as grand as the treasury, but crafted with equal skill. A lesser-known fact, frescoes found in Little Petra, dating to the 1st century BC, adorned with grapevines and floral motifs, reveal Nabatean artistic richness. These caves weren't just for traders' rest. Some hosted religious rituals, perhaps secret gatherings for Al-Azza. Archaeologists found incense residue, as if prayers still echo in the stones. Another secret lies beneath Petra, underground tunnels. In the 2000s, archaeologists uncovered hidden passages carved into the valley floor, some stretching meters long. Their purpose? Some believe they hid trade goods from thieves or enemies. Others suggest a religious role. Perhaps Nabatean priests held secret rites underground. A lesser-known detail, some tunnels bear small carvings dedicated to Al-Azza, water droplet symbols, as if these passages were part of a sacred journey. Imagine these tunnels lit by flickering torches, footsteps echoing on stone walls, a labyrinth guarding Nabatean secrets. In 2016, modern technology unveiled more. Satellite imagery discovered a massive platform outside the valley, roughly a football field size, carved into rock. A ceremonial site or a platform for stargazing? Archaeologists debate, but its alignment with sun and stars suggests a celestial purpose. In the 1st century BC, the Nabateans designed temples to catch sunlight at summer solstice. Al-Azza's shrines glowed in these moments, as if the goddess descended. A lesser-known fact, this platform reveals the Nabateans' fascination with the heavens. Stars may have guided trade routes or prayers. Bedouin report strange lights near it at night, as if ancient rituals linger, stones still singing. Petra's stone carving techniques still baffle modern archaeologists. The Nabateans used vibration methods to carve without cracking rock, a technique even modern tools struggle to replicate. A lesser-known detail, in the 2010s, archaeologists found vibration marks on the treasury stones, suggesting acoustic tools. This method, so advanced, remains a mystery. The stones, smooth as if shaped by magic, weren't just technical feats. The Nabateans believed they infused them with spirit. Each carving tells a story, a king's triumph, a god's blessing, a trader's journey. Petra's modern discoveries have cultural impact too. Indiana Jones' The Last Crusade made the treasury famous, but Bedouins know these stones aren't just a film set. They believe Al-Azza's spirit roams, singing in the cisterns' ripples at night. A lesser-known tale, in the 1990s, a Bedouin guide told tourists of water rising in an Al-Azza temple during prayer. A miracle or an underground spring? These stories keep Petra's mystique alive. Modern archaeologists use laser scans to preserve stones, but Bedouins believe prayers protect their spirit. Petra inspires the modern world. Nabatean water collection techniques guide 21st century sustainability projects. A lesser-known fact, some Jordanian water projects adapt Petra's cistern designs for rainwater harvesting. Petra's stones tell not just of the past, but the future. Nabatean wisdom endures. In the valley's silence, under moonlight, these stones whisper, as if their story never ended. Petra is more than an archaeological site. It's a symbol of humanity's curiosity, harmony with nature, and a desert dream.
In the silence of the Wadi Musa Valley, moonlight drapes pink sandstone in a silver veil, the wind's soft whisper weaving through the rocks, as if Petra's story still yearns to be told. Standing in the treasury's shadow, you feel the Nabateans' dreams, Arita's Fourth's vision, Johann Ludwig Burckhardt's courage, each etched into these stones. Petra is more than a city. It's a miracle of the human spirit in the desert, a civilization's echo defying time. From incense caravans to Al-Azza's sacred waters, from the silent vigil of jinn blocks to modern archaeologist discoveries, Petra is a saga spanning millennia. But its legacy lives not just in the past, it breathes today in the stone's whispers, Bedouin tales, and humanity's endless curiosity. Let's take one final journey through this valley,
listening to Petra's legacy, for these stones tell not just of history, but of a dream. Petra's legacy lies in the Nabateans' genius. In the 1st century BC, under Aretas IV, Petra shone as a hub of trade and art, a desert jewel. Their water systems inspire modern sustainability. Jordanian water projects draw from Nabatean cistern designs. A lesser-known fact, in the 2020s, engineers studied Petra's clay pipes to design water systems for arid regions, carrying Nabatean wisdom across millennia. The treasury's flawless carvings, shaped by vibration techniques, remain a mystery even to modern technology. These stones are more than monuments. They're symbols of a people's ingenuity and harmony with nature. Bedouins still believe Aluza's spirit roams the valley, singing by cisterns at night, as if Nabatean prayers echo in the rocks. Petra's legacy is fragile too. Johann Ludwig Burckhardt's 1812 rediscovery introduced this desert dream to the world, but tourism threatens its stones. UNESCO's 1985 World Heritage designation strengthened protection, yet thousands of footsteps and sandstorms erode facades. A lesser-known detail, in the 2010s, archaeologists began using laser scans to monitor erosion, but Bedouins say prayers protect the stone's spirit. Petra tells of humanity's creativity and destructiveness. Aretas IV's vision and Burckhardt's curiosity gave it life, but the modern world must hear its silent cry. Walking the 6 narrow passages, the wind's whisper carries the Nabateans' final prayers. In the treasury's shadow, under moonlight, the stones gleam as if alive. Ghosts or desert magic? Petra yields its secrets slowly, but every stone holds a story. What does this city say to you? A king's triumph, a god's blessing, or humanity's endless quest? Share your theories in the comments. I read them all and love your curiosity. If this Petra journey stirred your heart, subscribe to @AncientAnticsX for more lost cities, ancient legends, and mysterious tales. Like, share with a friend, and keep exploring. See you next time. Stay curious.